Afternoon, folks. How are you? So just spend a couple of seconds doing that whilst we wait for some more people. And I will tell you what we've got in store today. I'm going to do, this is a, you see, it's going to be a proper demo that we're going to do where I am going to, I'm going to record a video, and it's basically a video designed to go on a booking page to basically increase the efficiency of the booking page, i.e. get the conversion rate up. So I'm going to take you right the way through. I haven't written anything yet. What I could do is either do a scripted video for an imaginary landing page that I've got, or we could go absolutely crazy and I could go to the floor and you can suggest things, tell me what you do. Imagine, well, you may already have a bookings page for something. So let me know if you have got a bookings page, what is in the bookings page, and I'll attempt to write a script for that for a video, and then I'm going to record it, show you how to record it. I'm going to use Descript, which is an amazing piece of software. Anyone use that? Let me know in the chat if you use Descript. If you haven't used Descript, it's basically a game changer. I'm not paid by Descript to say that, but genuinely, it is a fantastic recording and editing tool. It also transcribes things. It's basically you edit as if you are editing a Word document. It's absolutely fantastic. Rebecca has not heard of Descript. Rebecca, you are going to be in for a right old treat. Let me tell you that. And I'll share us a link. Once you see how easy it is to edit in that piece of software. Well, I mean, it's been around for about 3 or 4 years. When it came out first, I was using Adobe Premiere all the time. I still do use it for my professional stuff, but actually increasingly I'm using Descript as a first port of call, even for my doco projects and my behind the scenes feature stuff. Right, so there you go. Will has got freedom beyond boundaries. Let's have a look at his little website there. Gateway to a life of freedom starts here, he says on his. That's a nice page. I like that. Will, did you let me just share the screen a second, change the sharing thing, because I quite like the look of that. Will, sharing that one. Look at that. Your gateway to a life of freedom starts here. Oh, it's a trading thing. I see. Okay. Well, this would be an absolute prime candidate for. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Little animation there. Very nice. Will, if you don't mind, why don't you just do a very quick, I just want some bullet points as to what you do, the benefits of what you do, why people, if it's a 15-minute consult call or whatever the call is. Hazel, there's no problem with you being late, as it's you. So, Will, I just need a bit more information so I can write a decent script, basically. That would be great. Right, so whilst Will's doing that, and he's typing away frantically, I'll run through these slides. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to write a 60 to 90-second script using AI. Have many of you, I know I've recognised some of your lovely names. Windmillcottages.co.uk. Sean, we'll have a look at that in a sec. Hang on a second. I'll just have a little squiz over there. Windmill Cottages sounds very idyllic. What do you do in Windmill Cottages? Actually, could you make that a link for me? I'm being very lazy. Can you just go and get the URL so you pop it in the chat for me? So basically, writing a script, brilliant. We're going to record it on my phone. I'm not going to use my phone. I'm going to use this here webcam, but imagine it's on my phone. That's very easy to do. And then I am going to edit it actually very quickly because I'm just a perfectionist, sadly. I was thinking actually really ideally when you start out, you want to try and do it in one take and minimize the editing faff, because this is all about trying to make it easy for you. Oh, Carl does high-end consulting and telecoms, no video for booking, but take a look. Let's have a look at that. We've got some great, this is fantastic, folks. It's good that you've got some lovely landing pages going on. Look at that. Carl is keeping us well connected, it says on his thing. Windmill Cottages, brilliant, thank you. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to randomly choose one of you lovely folks to do a script based on the there we are. So we've got 3 different things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use our friends, probably Claude. Let's just say I'm going to use Claude to have a look at that, and we'll just knock up some kind of booking page script. There are some defined bits and bobs that we need within our scripts to make them really effective, and I'll run through those. booking page. But sadly, Sean, I know that you said you're on WordPress. I'd be lying if I said to you, "Oh, I know the widget you need and I can work it all out," because I basically just outsource all my web stuff to a fabulous person in Colombia. So this is I would be completely the wrong person to be advising you on how to sort your booking page out. However, I am exactly the right type of person to be talking about videos. Right, quick slurp of the old Yorkshire tea. So we're going to be filming, we're going to be writing, filming, editing, all in this hour session, and then chucking it into our, I say GHL, it's go high level. What I mean, of course, is the ultimate business system shenanigans. So what I'll do is I'll quickly change what I'm sharing with you and show you what the sort of thing that you'll end up with. Obviously, yours will be much better. This is from within your the go high level, the ultimate business system framework. Like, so you go back. I'm in this section here, so I'm in sites, okay, and then I'm in funnels. So I'm just going to go and edit that. So then what we'll end up with is, and then you can see this is effectively just a thing that I've knocked up very quickly. So basically imagine that you have a little bit of very, very exciting hooky hook. You have a little bit of a subhead heading there, basically talking about, imagine you are getting people. Can I expand my screen? Let me do that. Does that do anything for you, Michael? So yes, imagine that this is a little video and that's where the video will go. Thank you. Glad that's okay, Michael. So the no compatible source, that is the video holding bit. So the video will go in there. So you'll obviously come up with an amazing hook that will get people going, right, I absolutely need to book a consulting call or whatever call it is that you're getting people to do. And then underneath it, you will have your calendar embedded. And you can do all of this within, it's so easy to do. You literally just, if you've got a blank page without that in it, let me just show you where you get it from. I just did this and I didn't do that at all. Sorry, I told you. This is live, folks. This is raw. Right, so where I got it from was the add element section. So you go there and then down here you've got the media section. That's where we want to get our little video holder from, which I've already done and put it in there. And then we have down here, where is it? Calendar there. You literally click and drag that into your section there. And then it asks you, as you can see, let's get rid of that. You can then say, you need to set up a calendar first. Okay, but you've then got your different calendars depending on, so I've got one-to-one video consultancy, discovery call, blah, 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 all of that. And then you just select which calendar you want to appear on that page that you're making. Okay. However, that was a bit of calendar chat, which I hope you enjoyed. We're all about actually creating the video. So what I'm going to do, I am going to get involved with my friend Claude. Let me know in the chat, folks, who of you lot, you lovely, gorgeous people, are regularly using AI, and tell me which AI you're using in the chat, please. Whilst you're having a think and letting me know in the chat what AIs you're using, I will be finding the tab with, I've got so many tabs open. Webinar registration, browser tab, Go Plus, don't want that one. That's the one I want, is it? Share, let me see. Yes, good, finally. Right, let's have a look what you're using. Oh, DeepSeek, controversial. How is DeepSeek all right? I don't know, I've never really used it very much. Oh, Sean, but I can put a link to the booking page to divert to the landing page that you develop. Yes, absolutely. Oh, Will uses DeepSeek. ChatGPT and Claude, Gemini, that's nothing wrong with that. That's very good. Gosh, Carl is showing off and he uses three AIs. Never enough, can you get? And Perplexity. But that's good. Perplexity, actually, Michael, I find is brilliant for research. If you need citations and you need to know that the data is, so for example, I use Perplexity when I'm writing kind of webinars and it's like, I want to find statistics out. Claude's pretty good, but I always have to challenge where it got the stuff from. Roger's saying ChatGPT, more free usage. Claude seems very good. Carl, honestly, I was a massive kind of pro GPT person. Now, obviously, no disrespect to Roger, I don't know. I haven't WhatsApped him for a while, but I know we have quite active discussions about which AIs we use and which ones we prefer. We're all friends here. It's all fine. Claude, I think for me at the moment, I'm loving the fact that it is for script writing and things like this. And obviously, you've got Claude Code, which we can you can talk about another day. But for script writing, for having getting ideas and all of that kind of caper, I think Claude's really good. I think it's the best at the moment. I still do use Gemini, and I still every now and again use GPT, but I just think Claude and Gemini are between them. I've got everything I need with them, really. Right. So what I'm going to do then, I have made a choice, and I'm going to go to. Why don't we do a little booking page for Cochrane Consulting, because there's quite a lot on your homepage there. Let me just go. So what I'm going to say is I want. You have to excuse the fact I'm a rubbish typer, okay? That's one thing. I'm just going to put that in there, and you're going to get very bored of me. I'm going to try and dictate it in and see if it works, but I've got so many things going in the background here. I don't know whether it'll get confused. Right, I'm going to try and dictate. Yes, okay. I want to write a script for a 90-second video on a booking page for my website. Full stop. Right, I'm going to take the dictation off because it's going to be a pain if I have to keep doing that. So 90 second. Right, and then what I'm going to do, this is the website. Boink. Okie dokes. And then do that. And I've deliberately not prepped anything for this because I want you to see how you actually do it and how long it takes you to do it and the kind of iteration process you have to go through. So I know this isn't terribly showbiz, and yeah, honestly, Rogers has a great tip concerning perplexity. Honestly, yeah, anytime you need any, like, if you're doing anything with research papers or Harvard studies or whatever it is, 100% use perplexity because it's really good at making sure that the sources are correct. And then obviously you can take and cut and paste that. What I would normally do is cut and paste something like that into a document and then put that into Claude or into ChatGPT, however I was, whichever AI I was using to develop the webinar or whatever presentation I was doing. Right. So one, I'm going to put here, one, the video script needs to be really effective at converting people into action. Let's say I want to get as many of the right people to jump on a 15-minute free. I'm going to say it's a diagnostic, so don't worry, Carl. This may not be actually how you work or whatever, but obviously you'll know, all of you, what sales process you have. So it's about making sure that you're on the page, like when people get to that landing page, that you've got, like I say, a really good hook in tech, in copy, and then in a good sub headline, and then you'll have the video, and the video script needs to very quickly, as soon as it is playing, you need to do something like make the right people realize they're in the right place. So you want to act as a filter straight away, because what you don't want, particularly on things like that, where people are booking time in your diary, you don't want tire kickers. You want to make sure that the people who are with you are decent people that actually you can help. Right. So I'll jump on a 15-minute free diagnostic. Two, the video needs to filter the right people. Actually, Carl, in the chat, just let me know who are your dream people that you would like to work with, and just be as specific as possible for me. Because again, the specificity, the more specific you are, and this goes all across all of your communications, consult how, and when you say very large businesses, what's the head count, that sort of thing, and is it C-suite that you work with, all of that sort of thing. The more information you give, the better it will be. In terms of the script, let me say this just to see as well. Scrape the website for insights services who I help. Director level, perfect. Okay. I want to attract director level in IT. Now, I know that we're doing this for Carl. But so obviously one of the websites was the Windmill Cottages thing. Again, whatever you're doing, you will have a dream client in mind that you want to attract into your business, or the sort of people that you love. staying at your accommodation, your windmill cottages in Derbyshire. So in that case, you need to be specific about who you are wanting to attract, because you need to position yourself for those people. Don't try and be generalist. If you're trying to appeal to everyone, actually you appeal to no one. You know, so in this case with Carl's stuff, I need to make the script in such a way that any director level person who's in IT suddenly pricks their ears up and goes, "Oh my God, this is for me. And Carl really understands me and will help me." Okay. Because actually, if now, obviously Carl will work with other people other than just director level people in IT. It might be government, it might be other different things. But that's where you need to have multiple landing pages. So when you are talking to a specific group of people, you can send them to a landing page. Your services, what you do, may be very similar, but you need to wrap them up. You need to present them in such a way that they are very, very specific and very, very targeted, so that what you want, the vibe of the person clicking on your landing page, they need to think, "Oh my God, Carl really gets me. He understands my problems. He's empathetic. He knows, he understands where I'm at right now. He's talking the language I talk. He's framing the problems that I've got in the way that I frame them." So that's why you need to really understand your customers. And again, this is about very specific groups of people, because again, if you land on a general website, "I help businesses," well, you're like, in about 5 minutes, you'll not even that, in a few seconds, you'll go, yes, you're not really saying, you're saying something and nothing. You're not really being very nailed down on in terms of the problems you're solving for me. So I'm just going to go off somewhere. If I'm comparing you to someone else who's saying, "You've got this exact problem, I've got the exact solution for that problem, and also I understand that problem because I was there," or "Here are some testimonials from people that have been in your position," that is so much more compelling and so much more likely to get a conversion than some wishy-washy, very generalist thing. So if you take anything away from this in terms of the marketing thing, it's absolutely, you need to be marketing to specific groups of people. Make if you serve 5 different groups of people, make 5 different landing pages, and you can do that super easily within the UBS thing. So it makes it very easy to do. And like I say, the actual service they get may be identical, from one sector to the other, but the way you frame what you do will not be the same. Okay. Anyway, that sounded like a bit of a rant, but I've worked with loads of people recently who are just, and there's a big resistance to niching down. I understand that, but in order to stand out amongst all the noise, we've got to, it's all about relevance. We've got to be the most relevant we can possibly be. Okie dokes. Right. So scrape website, bit of who I help. Right. So then we talk about the structure. So make the video start with a great hook that is benefit led. And again, this is the thing. When you've got your website, please don't take this the wrong way, Carl. I'm just going to use you as an example. So at the top on Carl's website, the first thing I see is your technology and business expert. What do you do? Who do you help? That's really general. And you're talking about you. I want you to talk about me. How can you help me? So lots and lots of service providers are talking about the awards you've won, the services you do, whatever it is. You've got to stop framing it with it about yourself and frame it from the perspective of your client. Are you an XYZ? So in Carl's perspective, are you an IT C-suite person? Do you have this problem? You can do things called a when statement. You know when you're doing this and this happens, but then you have to do that and it's all a nightmare. What you need to do is paint a picture of a scenario that your clients are in that will cause them to want to need your services. So that what that doesn't mean is, "Hi, I'm Jeremy. I've worked on the X Factor and BGT and all that. So what? However, video's really hard and I can make it easier for you. And I've got my hook on my website's way better." But you position it from your client's perspective and how you can help them, because it's all about empathizing with them and going, "I understand your pain and I can help you through it." Okay. Not, "Look at me, look at my new office, look at the awards I've won." No one cares about that. Because if people don't know who you are, what they care about in that moment is, can you help me with the issue I've got? Okay. So just have a look at your communications and how you're positioning yourself. I know this is about video, but it's all interlinked and you need to be across all of this stuff and have a mind to it. Just put yourself in this in the mindset of the people that you're wanting to work with, right? What's their 3 a.m. problem? What are they waking up in the middle of the night going, I need to sort this out? What pain is it causing them? And it could, physical pain or emotional pain or whatever. And then you can then say, well, you articulate what that is very specifically. You articulate who they are, and then you start saying, I can help you, and you start laying out how you can help them. Okay, so make the video start with a great hook and that is benefit led. Make the script empathetic and identify 2 to 3 pain points they will be suffering from. And this is what's so good about these AIs now. If I put in something like the 3 a.m. problem, it will know what I mean. I'm saying that now. Let's see. Identify the 3 a.m. problem. We need to include some stakes. What will happen if they do nothing? So that's the thing. You having got them involved, you want to call out who you're helping so people know that they're in the right place, how you're going to help them, and then you say, you've got this problem, and if you do nothing, you're in danger of XYZ happening. So you basically it's a pain agitate solution framework, but you want to give people the sense that they need to act, otherwise they won't bother. Okay, so that's what the stakes are. It's just saying, right, if you don't do this, could happen, and obviously no one wants that. However, it doesn't need to be like that. And then you go into you start positioning your solution, and then set out the fact that the call is not a sales call. Give it context. Tell them why. Tell them the benefits and the benefits of getting on the call. What will life be like after they've had the call? How will they feel? Again, this is all, I mean, this is me riffing, as you can tell, but in my TV work as a producer, it's all about the story and then the story underneath the story, which is the emotion. If you need to be communicating and with people on an emotional level, because that's what really resonates and that's what then starts to convert people. So it's always unearthing. So you've got a problem that will make people feel a certain way, but there'll be something underneath that that will be even more kind of niggly for them. And it's about getting into that, because that is what motivates people to then act. So this is why I'm going through all of this. Let's keep half an eye on the time. I'm hoping that you're finding this sort of useful, because obviously the way that we're going through this in terms of the questions or the things that I'm telling it to do, these are applicable to all sorts. Fantastic, Carl. I'm really glad. This is applicable to so many different things. With the AI, basically, I'm being very specific about what I want the results to be. I want people to be on a call with me, but I want it to be done in a certain way. Okay. The more information I can give it, the better results I'll get. So when I'm doing it for me, oh, great, Roger. Roger's saying just what I need right now. Fantastic. Give the AI, as much information as you possibly can, because then, for example, it's going to go away and scrape the website, Carl's website, but invest time in also giving it an avatar document that I would create. So I've talked about this before in my previous surgery sessions, but I've got basically a whole library of AI context documents, things like my avatars. So I've got a set of avatars which are people like you. So when I'm doing these sort of things, I'm writing stuff that I know will resonate with you. That's why I do things like ask you at the top of things like this, what are you struggling with? Because all of that data goes into when I create sessions like this. Do you see what I mean? So all data is good data if you use it, if it's got an application. Okay. That's why I ask people, what are you struggling with? And again, when you're on the sort of calls with people, you're wanting to understand what the issues are, even if they say, no, we don't want to book you or whatever, the no is still data. So because then you want to dig into it. Well, what made you say no? What would have made this a yes for you? And just make sure you're recording all of that. Record all of your objections. Anytime anyone's interacting with you, and if they're like, oh no, this has made me, I don't want to do this because actually I want to do the other thing over there and there's a competitor over there. What is it about their product or their service that makes you want to choose that? Even if they're not booking you, there's still so much you can learn from it. Let's get back to this. As you can see, I keep going on tangents. One of the move pain points. Right, so what else we need to do? Minimize cognitive load. Who knows about cognitive load? Let me know in the chat. Let's have a cognitive load chat. It is really critical that you don't try and tell people too much stuff. Do what I do, do what I say, don't do what I do. I know I'll be like, there's so much you'll be learning from this, right? But when you're doing videos, it's not to, don't give people too many bits of information. Because people can retain 3 bits of information at a time. So like, for example, if you're making a YouTube video or a video like this, don't try and list 10 things that they need to do. Give them 3 things, because they'll, if you give them 4, 5, 6 things, their brain will start to go, oh my God, this is actually quite a lot, and switch off. Okay, so you don't want to do that. 100%, Rebecca, it's very difficult. Like, just shrink everything down, chop it all down into its atomic units, only tell people small bits of information at a time. Obviously, if they're like you guys are spending an hour with me, so we can go into a lot more depth and all the rest of it. Okay, but if I'm doing a YouTube video for people that have never even met me before, I'm going to be doing a 4 or 5 minute thing, and I'm going to tell you maximum 3 things, because I want you to come back for more. And I want you to be the one who's choosing to spend the time with me, not me saying you have to. Does that make sense? So in this case, because it's a booking thing, the only job of the video is to get people in a place where they're like, right, I'm going to select a time and a date. And I also know it's taking the unknown out of it. So I know what's going to happen in the call. Okay. Because you're also having to think about anytime anyone presses go, buy now, whatever it is, you get a dopamine fix when you press the go button. Very exciting. God, I've just bought another course. That's fantastic. And then immediately as you've pressed it, you then get the other side of the coin, which is the logic part of the brain kicks in, suddenly going, are you sure that's the right decision? So you need to make sure, and this is about, making sure that you've got a really good process in place that calms people down, go and tell them why they've made the right decision straight away. That can be an email sequence. That can be an email sequence with a video in it. It can be a phone call to say, because everyone does it. It's the way that we're wired. It's human behavior. You get a little dopamine burst. You go, yeah, brilliant. I'm going to spend some money on whatever it is. And immediately you go, oh God, did I? And you need to make sure it's all about working with human behavior and psychology. And, and that's how we make things work in terms of effectively for communication, things like video. Make sure we have a clear and compelling CTA. Only 1 CTA per video. And that goes for for YouTube videos as well. Don't tell people to do 33 things, because if you confuse, you lose. Okay. 1 thing per video. And don't make it like and subscribe, because they can do that. They know all about that. Just make it simple, make it really, really easy to do, particularly if they don't know who you are. You don't want to, if these guys, you don't really know who they are, you don't want to give them too much to do. So it's not like answer the 35 question questionnaire and then you can book a time with me. Because guess what? You won't get many bookings. So yeah, we have a clear and compelling CTA. De-risking, that's what I've done. Great. Okay, I think we can have a go. Script needs to be Screen on the website. Right, let's have a little look at what this does. So I'm gonna have a cup of tea whilst that's thinking about it. Yes, he's gone to the website, and then I need to start I will do a very probably rubbish recording, but I'll just get to the editing stage, and then even if we don't physically put it into the landing page, I'll tell you how to do it. It's really, really simple, actually. Because actually, whilst we're waiting for the thing to do it. Oh, hang on. It's writing the script. Good. Let me just change the screen share for a second. Go plus. There we go. Yeah, literally all you need to do. So once you've created the video, you can you click into the video placeholder, and then you've got these things here, right? So is it on YouTube? So basically you can upload your videos and make them unlisted on YouTube. And then you just click that, and then you put the video URL in there, and then it will appear here when you do it. Okay. So that's all you need to do. You can, so if it's hosted, so hosted video means I will upload it to the system here in my media file. Okay. So you just need to make sure that, obviously you're telling the page where to go and get the video from. Right, folks, it's all very exciting here because it's happened. Where are we? Google Chrome. There we are. Oh, look at this. Oh, I love the way. Look at how cool it's. Sorry, geek moment. It's really and this is fantastic. Hopefully you're getting loads from this. This is perfect. Right. So the hook, benefit-led opening, grab the right person immediately. If you're an IT director facing a major network migration, a critical infrastructure decision, or a supplier that you're not entirely sure you can trust, stay with me for the next 90 seconds. This is for you. You're being pressured from above to modernize. PTSN's, Carl, I've got no idea what any of this means, but I'm sure you're nodding, going, yeah, that's exactly right. PSTN switch off. Sounds terrifying. Cloud migrations, all of that, blah, blah, blah. But it's great. Look at the way it's structured it. Perfect. Hook, pain points, stakes, context, benefits. And the thing is, benefits and the benefits of the benefits, it's something's a benefit. Carl is very helpfully saying that PSTN is a public switch telephone network. If only I mean, that's great. Thanks for the clarity, but it's great. And 100%, please do make this your own. Don't just go, yeah, that's fine. The context, frame the call, not a sales call. This is the thing. It's one of those things like on a landing page, sometimes you want to go, this is who it's for, but equally, this is who it's not for. So you're just being really clear about who you help and how you help them. Okay. So that's why I offer a 15-minute diagnostic call. And I want to be clear, this is not a sales call. There's no pitch, no pressure, and nothing to buy. It's a direct conversation with a chartered engineer who spent decades at BT Labs. Impressive. Build the Orange Net, help build the Orange Net. Oh, Orange was great. And has been advising IT leaders for over 25 years. After the call, you'll know exactly where your risks are and what to do with them. You'll have the right questions to take back to your suppliers, and you'll be able to walk into your next board conversation. Ah, Carl, I don't know about you, but I think the language it's using as well, it's obviously got quite a lot from your website. But to me, I don't know your market really at all, but I would say that sounds pretty good in terms of the tone of it. Let me know. You sold. Great. Well, that'll be 300 quid, please, per month. This is where Claude, I think, is absolutely great. What I love as well with this is, and obviously this is being recorded, so you can look at this back, but just look. So we've got the hook. We've then got the pain points. You've then got the stakes. So you've got benefit-led opening, grabbing the right person straight away. Empathy, that name the 3EM problem. Then the stakes, what happens if they do nothing? And then you've got the context. You're framing the call, telling them what it is and what it isn't. And then you're saying what the benefits of them doing the call is. Why should they do it? And how will it make them feel when they've done it? And then the low friction AM CTA. Click the button below, book your free 15-minute diagnostic, takes 30 seconds to set schedule, and it might be the most valuable 15 minutes you spend this quarter. That is fantastic. Yeah. And I love it. Look, estimated delivery, 155 words per minute, 90 seconds. Perfect. Because you don't want people switching off straight away. Really good. What I'm going to do then, folks, is I'm now going to record this. So Carl, don't take this, to me. Don't get upset if I deliver it in an absolutely terrible way. And let me do the shareage thing. Where are we going to go to Descript? Right, folks, we're talking to Descript right now. This is Descript. You can see all my projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a new project. It's a new video project. It's opening, and I am going to record. Okay, and I'm just going to record my camera here. So then you also just make sure that your camera's the right one and your microphone's the right one, and then that's what I do there. What I am going to do is press record and then read the script and let's go for it. Gives me a little countdown. If you're an IT director facing a major network migration, a critical infrastructure decision, or a supplier you're not entirely sure you can trust, stay with me for the next 90 seconds. This is specifically for you. You're being pressured from above to modernize PSTN switch off, cloud migrations, new infrastructure. Vendors are pitching you solutions, and somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a question that keeps coming back. What if we get this wrong? Because if you choose the wrong technology, get locked into the wrong supplier, or miss a critical deadline, it doesn't just cost you money, it costs you your reputation, and you know it. The PSTN switch off is not a suggestion, it's a deadline. Legacy systems will fail, and if you support mission critical services, the fallout won't just be operational. Failed procurements, cost overruns, projects that stall, the board notices. The clock is already running. Now that's why I offer a free 15-minute diagnostic call. And I want to be clear, this is not a sales call. There's no pitch, no pressure, and nothing to buy. It's a direct conversation with a chartered engineer who spent decades at BT Labs, helped build the Orange network, and has been advising IT leaders in government and in business for over 25 years. I'm going to ask you a few sharp questions, and you're going to leave with a really clear picture of where you stand. After the call, you'll know exactly what your risks are and what to do with them. You'll have the right questions. I'm just going to do that again so that I spool it up so the eye line's not terrible. After the call, you'll know exactly where your risks are, what to do about them, and what to do about them. You'll have the right questions to take back to your suppliers, and you'll be able to walk into your next board conversation with confidence instead of anxiety. That clarity, it changes everything. So make sure you click the button below, book your free 15-minute diagnostic. It takes 30 seconds to schedule, and it may just be the most valuable 15 minutes you spend this quarter. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. There you go. And then what I'll do is I will stop recording. So I literally recorded that in 2 minutes, whatever it was. And you can see, there's lots of bits of fluff and all the rest of it, which I'm going to have to trim out now. But the beauty is, because I created it within Descript, you can see it all occurring there now. This is magic, folks. What I'm going to do, whilst it's thinking about it, you can see it's transcribing 50%. I'm going to go and get a little link for you. I'm hoping I've got it here. Yes, I have. Let me just double check. Right, there you go. So let's call it something that makes sense. Landing page, video. First thing I always do, because it'll give it some random name that you won't necessarily, you've just got to make sure that you're kind of thoughtful in terms of how you file stuff. Just be organized, basically. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is go into AI tools, and what I'm going to do is studio sound. I'm not going to bother with that, but I would normally, okay? But for the sake of now, what I am going to do though is I'm going to do eye contact, because as you probably saw when I was doing it, I was reading off the document which was underneath the camera and my eyes were going all over the place. However, if you go into AI tools and then you go to eye contact, it goes through, and with the magic of AI, it maps your eyes back to the camera. Now, the thing to remember is, if I was doing that, it's all about where your eyes are. And if your eyes are down there, then it can't do much. But if your eyes are literally just slightly off, it'll work it out. Now, that framing, I think, is pretty bad. So I'm just going to, you can see how easy it is. It's like Canva. Boom. That's all done. Also, what I'm going to do is just smarten things up a bit here. And then hopefully you can hear this. If you're an IT director facing... Oh, no, hang on, I can't. Let me just do that. 60%. Battery 60%, folks. If you're an IT director facing a major network migration, a critical I can't actually hear that either. I don't know what's going on. It's probably because I've got several things happening at once. But okay, so let's pretend that you can hear yourself. You normally can. It's because I'm streaming and doing all sorts of things at once, I think. What I would then do is I would go up to AI tools. I would go to shorten word gaps. So anytime where there's gaps of more than half a second, I will contract those. And it has found, look, there you go, a few of them there. So I'm just going to go shorten all. So there it goes, takes all the air out, and then you're down to 2 minutes. You can see here, you're down to 2 minutes. So that's good. Brush it this specific. Where was the bit where I fluffed it? Let me. The way of finding it easily and quickly is edit for clarity, and then I put it on. I'll put it on moderate, and let's see what it picks up because it will pick up the repetition. There you go. After the call, there you go. So that's found where I messed up, and after the call, yeah, there you go. That's fine. I'll just go. Yep, I'm happy with that. What to do and what to do about them. Okay, so I will ignore that one because I'll do it manually. There you go. That one's okay. And then there you go. And that was me waffling afterwards. So let me see. Also, gonna, I always do that. So correct it. And I want it to be going to. Because, folks, you're editing the transcription here. And so so the goners, I'm going to correct all of them so that they go going to. So basically, when you so if I put captions on this, which actually for this probably I would suggest is a good thing. So I'll just plop some captions on it, applying captions, because bear in mind that lots of people are watching this on their mobile device. You know, I probably wouldn't use that one, but anyway. And you can see how easy it is. Like click, boink, goes to the center there. So that has got a lovely. If you're an IT director facing a major network migration, and you can see a critical infrastructure decision or a supplier you're not entirely sure you can trust, stay camera. Let's make that slightly bigger so we can actually see if it's how good a job it's done of it. Ordinarily, though, I would not be. Yeah, you can see I'm looking underneath the camera there. What I would normally do is I would have in my YouTube setup, I have my camera and then I have my mobile with the script on it, and that is just slightly underneath. No, sorry, slightly above the lens of the camera. So I put the camera on one of these. So yeah, this is my little mobile phone thing. So that pops out over the top. My camera's here, and that's popped out over the top, and so I read off my phone. That's how I do that. So there you go. So we're down to 1 minute 59. I think that's pretty good. So then the next thing we'll do, obviously you can put things like logos in here, like you see before. It's very, very sort of intuitive, this. So if I wanted to add things, what I would do is go to project, and then you can see files. If I want to add a new file like a logo or something, I then go, I want to add it from my computer, pop it in, and then you can literally cut, you like you do in Canva, plop it in on top of the canvas here, and then put it where you want it, resize it, and then it will become another layer there. Does that make sense? I know I'm kind of zooming through this, but I hope it gives you, what I'm hoping is, having seen how easy it is to do stuff with Descript, that you've got a little bit of kind of rocket power in you to go, it's not that difficult to do this, and start using Descript. What I'll do is grab you a little link and put it in the chat. Descript, there is the link. So yeah, Catherine, that is what I was recording on and editing the video on. Obviously, what you can do is if you're recording on a separate thing, on a phone or whatever, then what we could do, I'll show you what it would look like. So a new composition, you basically can get the file from your computer and literally click and drag it and drop it there. And then it will then go and transcribe it like you saw before. Yeah, does that make sense? Anyway, okay, so we're not going to do that. I'm just going to delete that. So we've got this. Go through, make sure that this is obviously an American version. So I'd want to make that into the UK spelling. Just check that all the spellings are okay. Check that all the kind of punctuation and everything's right. Because again, there's nothing one of my kind of bugbears is sloppy kind of grammar and just obvious spelling mistakes when people just have let something, they haven't really checked anything, QC'd anything before, before they actually export stuff. So let's say we're happy with this. Then all I need to do, I go up to export, and then I do local export, and then just make sure that current composition, so that's this one here, and then resolution 1080, high quality, and I press export, and it'll say, where do you want it to export to? That, folks, is literally all there is to it. And then, having exported your video file onto your computer, we then go, you can either upload it to YouTube, so go into YouTube, upload it there, or we can go back to, let me come back to this, go plus, that's what I want to do, go here. So, or what I can do, I'll show you in the UBS where you would be uploading it to if you want it to live in the actual UPS thing itself. Upload. So you go to media storage, upload. Thank you very much. And then you go, oh, where was it? You know what I mean? Upload it into here. And then you go, when it's the video, you select the video and then obviously link it to the site that you're doing. Okay. That is not bad timing. We've done a lot. Let me know in the chat. Can I watch this again? Yes, you can, Sean. It'll be on the web. It'll be on the YouTube channel once Roger has top and tail edited this. So let me know in the chat, please, what you thought of this session. What's been the thing that you've gone, that's a game changer? Because as I say, I want what we've done today to kind of hopefully give you a little bit of a boost to show you that, I mean, so many people, the barrier is always editing, but it doesn't need to be now. You know, you've seen how easy it is to edit something in Descript. Yeah, just go and have a play around with Descript. Very quickly, I've just remembered I should have told you something. So I'm going to tell you it now. Tomorrow, let me scoot through all these. June, nice to see you. Or so we've done all this, which is all good. So I'm going to spool through all this. Why it matters. You can see the power of what we're doing, right? If there's a landing page with a video on it, 80% uptick in conversion rates. So it's well worth doing. So we've done all that. You saw that. We've recorded it. You saw that. And we've put it into UBS. So you've seen us just create a video for your booking page. And I'm hoping that, you know, there might be some bits where you're like, oh gosh, that's a bit clunky or whatever. Just give it a go. That's what I would say. But that's further than most people ever get. And, you know, you saw the process we went through to write the script, to say it, you know, say it on camera. We recorded it, we reviewed it, and that was one vid. So we did that within what, half an hour, probably in 40 minutes. So imagine doing that at scale, the ability to leverage AI in our script writing. And obviously there's AI embedded things in Descript as well. Imagine being able to do 10 pieces of content a month across multiple platforms. And imagine if you set things up so that you created a business that you had clients who paid you to produce video for you. And that is where the skill sets that I've demonstrated, that it's not rocket science, folks. That's where that gets you. And AI has made professional video production accessible to everyone. And this is not a flex, but I'm just telling you that I've recently finished a project which I used AI video for, and it was over 50 grand budget. Okay, from an AI video project. Other people are earning 5 to 10 grand a month producing content for local businesses. And it's the same skills. It's these skills that I've showed you today. So tomorrow I'm doing at 8 o'clock, funny enough, I'm doing a webinar about 6 ways that you can take these skill sets that I've demonstrated today and make money with AI video. Why am I saying 2025 on that slide? So sad. 2026, folks, isn't it? We go through business case, like actual, this is what you can do. These are the potential earnings you could get. This is how you go about getting your clients for that particular set of video creations. And you'll know exactly what you need to do to learn to do this yourself. I'm going to pop that link, the bit.ly/ link into the chat. It's obviously a free webinar, and you'll go away knowing exactly if you haven't yet got a business and you're like, actually, I quite fancy earning some money on the side, then this is one thing you can do with in being powered by AI video, basically. Let me find where that's the link as well, in case that bit.ly one doesn't work. That's a registration page for the webinar. I would love to see as many of you there as possible. But yeah, so as I say, obviously you saw me jumping on camera, but imagine if you literally just sat there with some AI, just generating videos. The structuring and all the rest of it that we did in terms of the scripting and everything else, that doesn't change. It's just the fact that I wouldn't jump in front of a camera. I'd be just generating stuff using AI platforms and AI software. But the process that we've just gone through is pretty much the same, and you can make that into a business. So yeah, please do join me tomorrow. Yes, it probably will be recorded, I think, David. In fact, I'll make sure it's recorded. So yeah, absolutely. Folks, it's 5 past. Thank you so much for joining me. As I say, I really hope to see a load of you tomorrow. So definitely jump on that webinar if you are around and you're interested in this kind of stuff. Rebecca's saying I learned a lot and really enjoyed the new info to me, the suggestions, really helpful. Thank you. That's brilliant, Rebecca. That's exactly why I do this. Hazel saying thank you, Michael. Great info. Like the psychology and human nature elephant could be an elephant element of your presentation. Fantastic. Descript. Raj, Descript is amazing. It is amazing. I wish I'd invented it. Fantastic, folks. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great afternoon. Yeah, I will see you soon. I'll see you in another month. If I don't see you tomorrow. And obviously, if you can't make tomorrow, make sure you'll probably get an email with the replay, maybe on Friday or something. But keep an eye out for that. But I'd love to get you making some money out of AI video, folks. That is it.